Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple announced WWDC 2026, or the Worldwide Developer Conference. You'll see it on their Apple Newsroom website, and it says it takes place the week of June 8th, as I had been predicting. It's usually the second week of June, so it's not that hard to predict, but it takes place from June 8th to the 12th. If we go into it here, there's a lot of information, but the first thing you'll need to know is we typically have a keynote that starts usually around 10 a.m. Pacific time or 1 p.m. Eastern time. So normally they'll have a keynote where they go over all of the next operating systems, and you'll be able to see that on apple.com. You'll also be able to see it on YouTube, and then Bilibili in China as well. So that will typically be live streamed, and then they'll have a bunch of different sessions after that you'll be able to view on YouTube and Apple's developer website as well. You can also see it in the developer app. So if we go into the developer app, you'll see it here, again with the dates June 8th to the 12th, and it says, be there for the reveal of the latest Apple tools, frameworks, and features. So lots of things to look forward to, and media invites will also go out closer to the event date. So typically they'll send out invites for different media, and again, some people were asking me why they haven't gone out today, and that's why. They typically come out closer to when the event is itself. Now, if we go in to learn more about WWDC 26, you can see the logo they have here, and there's more information if you'd like to maybe join in person. So you'll see it says kick off WWDC 26 at Apple Park. Apply to celebrate the first day of WWDC 26 in person with us on Monday, June 8th. So maybe you're a developer, you can actually request to attend and sign up to join them there. So take place in the keynote, and then of course see all of the new features there. Typically, though, this will be live streamed as well, so we'll all watch it together. Now, if we go back, the logo this year is pretty simple with sort of a highlighted 26. Maybe this sort of leads us to believe basically we'll just have refinements like many people are saying with iOS 27. So it does look like it's sort of the highlight feature with liquid glass, but again, we don't know specifically what they'll do. But let's talk about this, as last year Apple actually changed the name from iOS 19 to 26 to match the following year, and this year we also expect it to be called iOS 27. It's more of a refinement update this year, according to the recent leakers from people like Mark Gurman and others, and basically it would be less significant features and more refinement, focus on battery life and things like that. So along with the logo that we have here, we also have another one as well if we scroll down, and then again we go to learn more and request to attend. It's basically Apple Park that's highlighted with WWDC 26 in the center. So a little bit of a hint here, maybe to just refine it, as it's not a major change, but again, we don't know this 100%. Now, as far as releases and what we can expect, well, typically after the keynote, when it takes place at 1, usually a couple hours later, they'll push out iOS 27 Beta 1. So usually we can expect that after the event date, so on June 8th, we'll typically see the first beta. Then we'll see another beta a couple weeks later, and then later than that, we'll see a public beta release. So that usually takes place toward the end of June or early July. We'll have a public beta, and then betas all throughout the summer with a public release in September, usually around the iPhone 18 launch. Now, as far as what we can expect with iOS 27, well, like I mentioned already, it's more of a refinement update according to recent leakers. It should be similar, but more refined. We keep seeing more refinements throughout iOS updates. They've added different things, such as if we go in here, go back to display and text size, we have new things in iOS 26.4, such as reduced bright effects. We also have changes that they've added throughout with things such as liquid glass to clear and tinted, and all sorts of changes, so if you want to customize it. I would expect even more of this and more refinement so that it's easier to read, more legible in different menus and things like that. So as far as the overall look, liquid glass is here to stay. The current people in charge of liquid glass helped design it, and I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. Of course, we expect Siri 2.0 updates. Originally, we expected those in iOS 26.4, and Apple didn't add those at this point. We could see the context updates with Siri 2.0 move to iOS 27, so we get all of them at once. Some people have said that Siri will have an all-new design, different than what we see with Apple Intelligence, different than what we've seen in the past without Apple Intelligence, and maybe we'll just have something completely different. We also can expect some on-screen awareness with Siri. We can do things with voice supposedly, such as edit photos via text input or voice input, and then send it to someone. So I could say, change that photo, maybe brighten the photo, and then send it to a friend. You could do something like that. There's also the possibility of using Siri to send emails by just telling it to do that, write an email to so-and-so, and then send it after you've checked it. And then, of course, possibly a chatbot, similar to what we might have with Gemini, ChatGPT, and things like that. So again, this is sort of supposed to be working alongside with Google's Gemini, but working with Apple's own private cloud compute. But again, we haven't seen any of these features work in real time, so we're waiting to see if Apple adds those. If they don't add them with iOS 26.5 or 26.6, we'll probably see them with iOS 27. It's also said that we could get some health features. Now, what that means specifically, we don't know, as some health features were originally rumored to be maybe along the lines of a health AI assistant. So we could see things along those lines. Maybe we'll see that. We don't really know, but we do expect some sort of health feature integrated here to sort of clean up the health app as well. Also, we expect some satellite connectivity features. So currently you can connect to satellite or emergency SOS via satellite. Maybe you're in the wilderness, you have no connections whatsoever. You can at least text back and forth. However, in the future, supposedly we'll be able to use 5G over satellite, or use photos in messages over satellite, and even Apple Maps via satellite. So these are all things we could see in the coming year here with iOS 27. We also expect them to clean up some of the code and then also offer support for future iPhone Fold models. So supposedly with an iPhone Fold, of course, you're going to need some multitasking updates similar to what we have with iPad. So we'll probably see some of that, although we won't see that in the code until that product releases. Now, as far as supported devices, if iOS 27 truly is just more of a refinement update, I would hope to see Apple carry over previous supported devices so that it gets more refined there as well, such as the iPhone XR, XS, and XS Max. Hopefully we'll see those refinements carry over with iOS 27, since you do have to update to get the latest security updates there. Also, in previous videos, someone asked me what version my iPhone XS Max is on, so let's go ahead and quickly take a look. So we'll unlock, we'll go to settings, and it's on iOS 15.3. So for those of you just wondering, I like to have some older versions around, but someone had asked me that, so I thought I'd share. Now, as far as iOS 27 and what I would like to see, well, basically I would like to see simplification in the way navigation works. Some of the navigation in iOS 26 is a little bit cumbersome. Multiple steps to do things we had to do before, going into the library, tapping again to go back. Things like that I would like to see refined a little bit, and I believe the person that's currently in charge, Steve LeMay, likes UI design, so hopefully we'll see some big changes there where it just gets more refined and much, much better. I know many people want to see split view. That's not something I think I would use personally, but I would like to see it added for those that want it, as well as a few other refinement features. But I'm not really wanting much on iOS at this point. Maybe some features to do with landscape more, as a lot of people want to see that come back, where we had it with the iPhone 8, but hopefully we'll get a few changes that we weren't expecting. Also, Apple gives us a little bit of a hint of what to expect at WWDC 2026 in their announcement, where it says WWDC26 will spotlight incredible updates for Apple platforms, including AI advancements and exciting new software and developer tools. So quite a few things to look forward to here with a bunch of different videos you'll see, and hopefully we'll see a lot more things than we really expect when it comes to AI, and hopefully it works really well. Now, as far as other updates, we can expect iPadOS 27. That will carry across, of course, basically to be the same as iOS 27, but maybe we'll get some specific multitasking features, more usability, and now that Apple has purchased Motion VFX for Final Cut Pro with different plugins, maybe we'll see some refinement there that comes across to the iPad as well. Of course, we could see macOS 27. We haven't really heard a whole lot about that. And then tvOS 27, HomePodOS 27, and of course, watchOS 27 as well. So all of those things are expected. We could also get a HomeOS update, where many people have rumored for quite some time that we'd get some new HomeOS that would carry across to different products such as HomePod or maybe a HomePad to help control your home. That was supposedly delayed due to the Siri 2.0 delay, so maybe we'll see that in the near future. We also could see some new products. So far we haven't seen the Mac Studio M5 Ultra yet, or a Mac Pro M5 Ultra. And again, there's a few other updates that haven't rolled out, such as that HomePod update and Apple TV update, as well as iMac and Mac Mini. So all of those things are still yet to be updated. We could see updates before iOS 27, or maybe we'll see them at WWDC. Also in Apple's announcement for WWDC 26, if we scroll to the bottom, they're also announcing the Swift Student Challenge announcement. So this is when they actually pick people that win their Swift Student Challenge. It says Apple is proud to support student developers through the Swift Student Challenge, one of many Apple programs that uplift the next generation of entrepreneurs, coders, and designers. This year's winning students will be notified on Thursday, March 26th, and will be eligible to request to attend the special event at Apple Park. So that's something we can look forward to as well, and you'll hear from them if you won. And so that's everything with WWDC 2026. We really don't know what to expect, so it's a little bit more exciting, and hopefully we will get those refinement updates and it will just increase battery, make everything a lot better. Let me know what you're looking forward to at WWDC 2026 and iOS 27. I'd love to hear what features you'd like them to include as well. Of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.